Record to the cloud. Okay. Good evening, everybody. We got Vicki on. Hi, Vicki.
Hello.
Hello. Okay. I'm going to be honest, you guys. Tuesdays come super fast, right? The weeks go super fast. And then I find myself sitting on wherever, I was sitting on my couch tonight reading my books, going through all my books and going, what am I going to bring to them tonight? Like, what am I going to talk about? What can I give them? Because I don't want it to just be hot air when I come on here. I want there to be intention behind it. So the thing that I should always do with you guys, and I want you to be doing with your teams, is we can never promote enough. I think the more we talk about what's happening and what's going on, the more we're reminding ourselves of all the extra money out there that's available to us and all the promotions that are available to those new people that we bring in, reminding ourselves that it's $50 off any pack for anyone that comes in this month with March Madness, that there's $25 up for grabs with every enrollment you bring, and then there's the brackets. Week to week, there's those brackets and huge money at stake with the March Madness going on. Kansas City Elite tickets are not $169, they are $129 right now. The influencer program, the 1, 2, 3, that goes till the end of June up until Kansas City, and then also the Ireland, and then the Go for No. And then also we have the Physique VIP page going on too. Don't forget, it did start beginning of March, and right now the prebiotic is on back order. They sold out, which is huge. That means for the company, our last 2 product promotions that came out, new products, the hair care and now the prebiotic, have exceeded the company's expectations. So those are on back order. If people order the package, they're still going to get the protein shake and the fat burner, and then the prebiotic will come to them as soon as it's back in stock and they have that running again. So make sure you let your people know. I would, in the meantime, have them compensate and make sure they get the probiotic in their hands. Okay, also, okay, that's it. So I was going back to this Go for No thing, and I know for me, I don't think, sometimes I struggle between, with the Go for No, the working faster, harder, right? Because sometimes I feel like there's not as much connection in it. There's not as much feeling in it. But I think there's many ways to still do that with feeling and still move your business forward. And one thing I noticed too was I was reaching back to people in my database and through Facebook Messenger that I'd reached to in the past, and I hadn't really had conversation with them in between. I hadn't seen their Facebook profile. I hadn't seen any posts, so there wasn't interaction that way. And my next message to them was about being in a challenge with my Facebook or with my team. And are they willing to take another look at where we're at, because we're at a really exciting time. And I'm thinking to myself, unless I'm at high noon, I probably wouldn't respond either, because they're only reaching out to me and there's been no interaction in between that until they're ready to approach me about their business again, right? And then I become just one of those typical network marketers. And I don't want to be that person, right? We don't want to be that person. So I would just say, if there are people in your life that you really want to have be in your business and you want to partner with them, like really be intentional in building that relationship in the meantime. Go to their Facebook page, like and comment for a little while, and then approach them again, see how they're doing, things like that. Some of these Go for No's I've gone after too, I'm still getting crickets, and that's super frustrating. I even had one guy that I think is looking at going into another company, and I'm trying to get him to talk to Sean because he really wants to talk about the comp plan. And so I finally did the voice messaging with him, and I'm like, look, I go, buddy, I know you're seeing my messages. And I'm like, all I want is, as a friend, I want you to know that if you're going to build a legacy building business for your family and you're looking into network marketing for the first time, I really want you to make sure that you don't put all your eggs in one basket and you explore your options to make sure you're making the right move for you and your family. And I'm like, just let me know either way, because if it's a no, then we can at least still cheer each other on from the sidelines. And if it's a yes, let's get this set up. Like, I was very direct with him, and I still got nothing. I got nothing from him. It was super frustrating. So we just have to know those are just going to happen. Like, there are just people out there that are going to be completely disrespectful. I mean, that's just the way it is. So I really want us to go back to, I don't want us to give up on this Go for No. I really want you to watch the Go for No I posted on Team Act. I will make sure it's under current promotions with the Go for No stuff. The interview with Eric Worre and what's his face? He talks about being in foreclosure and like having no other choice. And he had moments of, he could have really worked. I mean, he basically was working out of desperation, but he made sure that in those moments of desperation, instead of dwelling on the issues and the problems and all the negativity, that he then used that moment to inspire him and not focus on it, but then pick up the phone. And he was recruiting people from Twitter and YouTube, and like, he was really in the thrones of prospecting. So I think that's a point of it too, is we really have to be intentional. We can't just expect people to fall into our lap. If we really want to go after this Go for No and be heavy with it, he got 20 no's a day. Like, he did not stop until he got 20. And I know all of us don't have the time for that. I don't have the time in my day for that. But I know too that sometimes I'm not as intentional as I could be in seeking out those people that look like influencers, right? And I think that's another great thing. If we are inviting people to take a look at what we have, letting them know that, look, I'm looking for 10 key influencers in my business. And at the same time, I'm expecting 100 no's. If you're willing to take a look at this, great. If not, you'll add to one of my no's, and that's awesome. But I think you fit the mold of what I'm looking for. And then have those criteria that Darren Jensen told us about, because that's what people are labeling themselves as these days. They are labeling themselves as an influencer. I am a social media influencer, and people are making livings off of that. And so just know what you're looking for. Know that criteria of people that you're looking for. And the other thing I was thinking about too, I talked about this a little while back. If you could see the number of books I have on my desk preparing for this call, you would think I'm psychotic. But I just wanted it to be, I don't know, give you something. But remembering to go back to the onepersonbigdifference.net page that Sean and Michelle set up, making sure that you have a login for that, and going to the blueprint on there and printing that out and having your own copy again and going through it and asking yourself the questions on the front page. Are you giving do you have 200 PV every single month coming in? Are you getting at least $100 in new product volume every single month so that you get that generational matching bonus? It may not be a lot in the beginning, but it adds up over time, making that a habit that you're at least getting that every single month. And then when are you going to hit Pro 1? When are you going to hit Pro 2? When are you going to hit Pro 3? Or when are you going to hit it again to balance? And what is your why? We are reading, it starts with why, as a church staff right now. And there was one thing in there we were reading today, and it talked about Henry Ford. And it said, Henry Ford summed it up best. If I had asked people what they wanted, they would have said a faster horse. And that just reminded me of like what we have our hands on here is when you're a network marketer, and especially in a company like LifeVantage, with the significance of the products that we have and the stories that are being created, like, we have the ability to change people's lives in a really big way. We have the ability to show them that what they think life is probably just going to be can be so much more. And that's a huge gift that you give to people, because so many people, they just assume, well, this is just how my life's going to be. Like, I don't have access to anything bigger. I don't have access to make it better. There's no way I can do that. I don't want to I'll just go get another job. I'll just go back to school. And instead of just giving them a faster horse, getting another job or going back to school, we get to show them an airplane, or we get to show them a Ferrari, right? We get to show them leverage. and residual income and community and inspiration and ways to just bring out the very, very best in them. So we have to just remember, as we do the Go for No, even as you're doing that, it is about them. It is about changing their life. We have to take it off of ourselves and be selfless. Because if you're not picking up the phone and you're not going after this and you're choosing in free time that you have, not spending on building your business when that's all that you want to do, then that's selfish, right? Because we're thinking too much about our own insecurities and ourselves. And I just want to remind you guys, I'm sure you all saw this, but again, and if you didn't see Dr. Brett Brimhall and Sean this week, they were good last week. This week was over the top, like over the top. I put it on Team Act and I filed it under opportunity presentations. It should be the presentation you send to everybody, because Dr. Brimhall started it with Axio. He started it with what he has seen in people's lives. And he has this way of bringing science and then bringing so much heart behind it. And this is a testimony from a mother that he knows in his business, a new distributor. She said, I just started Protandim on Christmas Eve, along with my 16-year-old special needs son. Elliot has Down syndrome and is nonverbal autistic. After the first day, I no longer have arthritis pain. In the first week, my Elliot stopped stripping down every time he went to the bathroom. We added Axio on day 16, and he actually spoke clearly in response to someone in Walmart. They said, how you doing, buddy? He said, I'm doing good. I walked around the store in a daze. Imagine being that mother, right? All of a sudden you hear your son respond to somebody, and he's been nonverbal his entire life. And suddenly in Walmart, he responds to somebody. Imagine that. Like, that's what we have. That's the gift that we hold. We have to make sure that we're giving this to people. And maybe this is a testimony that you read over and over and over before you pick up that phone. Maybe it's a testimony you read before you cold call those chiropractors, or cold call those mental health advisors, or look up people that are dealing with people like this and just tell them, I have a gift and no one in my area is working with me yet. Like, this is getting nonverbal children to talk again. You need to see this. And if it's a no, fine, but at least for the sake of your patients and your own educational benefit, give me 20 to 30 minutes to come in and sit down with you and show you what we have, show you what we're bringing to market that no one knows about yet, right? Like, they have to hear your passion, and that can come as you continue to read and look at these testimonies. Don't put them to the side. Like, read them and then say them out loud and feel it, because it will give you that passion, drive, and desire that you need to keep going for this Go for Now and keep building our businesses and continue to act like we're brand new again, right? So the other thing I was doing was I was on YouTube like a crazy person, and I was looking for a video, like something that that I thought would be powerful enough to really touch us and inspire us. And I think this is it. So watch this.
We all have things that we're believing for, dreams that we want to accomplish, problems we're hoping will turn around. Maybe it's to see our family restored, to lose some weight, to break an addiction, to start our own business. But sometimes as it goes on, month after month, even year after year, we don't see anything changing. It's easy to get discouraged and think, it's never going to happen. This is as good as it gets. I'll just learn to live with it. We all go through disappointments, setbacks, loss. Pain is a part of life. It's easy to get discouraged, even bitter. Think, why is this happening to me? Sometimes we look at pieces in our lives that don't make sense. The key is what we do in our times of pain. Pain will change us. Heartache, loss, disappointments, they don't leave us the same. Every painful time, even though you don't like it, It's developing something in you that can only be developed in the tough times. Eventually, that will pass. You'll get through it, but you will be different. In those tough times, when you're uncomfortable, going through a loss, dealing with an illness, you could easily let it overwhelm you. Now, how the pain changes you is up to you. You can come out bitter, or you can come out better. You can come out defeated, giving up on your dreams, or you can come out with a new passion, a new fire, excited about the new opportunities in front of you. I may not like it, but I'm not a whiner, I'm a warrior. I know I can handle this. Don't complain about the pain. Without the pain, we couldn't reach the fullness of our destinies. Sometimes we bring pain on ourselves. We make poor choices, get in a relationship we know is not good, or maybe get over our head in our spending. Now it's painful. We're having to deal with the consequences. All of us experience pain. My challenge, don't just go through it, grow through it. That difficulty is an opportunity to get stronger, to develop character, to gain new confidence. Anybody can give up. Anybody can let it overwhelm you. But you know what that's doing? Wasting your pain. That pain is not there to stop you. It's there to prepare you, to increase you, to develop you. Difficulties are a part of life. Now quit telling yourself you can't take it. You're not weak. You are well able. Eventually the pain will pass. You'll give birth to new strength. Just because it hasn't happened yet doesn't mean that it's not going to happen. There will always be forces trying to convince us to settle where we are. Life has a way of pushing our dreams down. They can become buried under discouragement, buried under past mistakes. There are dreams buried under divorce, buried under low self-esteem. It's easy to settle for mediocrity, even though we have all this potential buried on the inside. What are you remembering? The hurt, the pain, what didn't work out? Turn it around and remember your dream. Have you allowed any dreams to get buried in you? At one time, you believed you could do something great. You believed you could lead the company in sales. You believed you could break that addiction. And it's been a long time. Had some bad breaks. Wasn't all your fault. You could easily settle where you are. Nobody would fault you. The enemy would love to deceive you into burying your dream, thinking that it's never going to work out. Don't believe those lies. It's not too late to become all that you were created to be. Every time you remember your dream, you're removing some dirt. You're digging it back out. The true mark of a champion is even though some dirt gets thrown on your dream, instead of letting it get buried, you keep shaking it off. You keep moving forward. You wouldn't be having that opposition if you didn't have something great in you. If your dream wasn't alive and on track, right on schedule to come to pass, you wouldn't have so many things coming against you. That dream is still alive. You may have tried a year ago, 5 years ago, or 40 years ago. Didn't work out. Nobody was there to help you. Go back and try again. This is your time. This is your moment. Your destiny is calling out to you. Can I tell you, your dream is not dead. It's just not in season. Your time is coming. Promotion is coming. Good breaks are coming. Promises you've been standing on. Dreams you've been praying about. Lack is not your destiny. Constantly struggling, barely getting by is not the end of your story. These light afflictions are for a moment. The adversity is temporary. The glory is eternal. There are some dreams shut up in you. Like fire, you're going to feel your destiny calling out. May not have happened the first time. The loan didn't go through. You didn't get chosen for the part. The medical report wasn't good. That's okay. It's still in you. This is your time. This is your moment. Shake off the doubt. Shake off the negativity. You're at the right place. You're at the right time. Now, all you've got to do is get in the right frame of mind. Lord, I believe this is my year to get healthy and whole. This is my year to meet the people of my dreams. This is my year to go further in my career, to step into a new level of my destiny. This is my year to accomplish dreams, to break free from this depression. This is my year to meet the right people. This is my year to get healthy and whole. This is your year to see double. This is your year for vindication, for restoration, for new beginnings. Now get your mind going in the right direction.
Get your mind going in the right direction. You guys like that? Isn't that so good? I love that. Don't just go through it, grow through it. Just because it hasn't happened yet doesn't mean it isn't going to happen. And I loved, you wouldn't be having that opposition if you didn't have something great in you. Look, I'm going to be honest. There are so many moments, especially lately, honestly, where I'm like, she's so happy, right? Her husband has this great job and she's so happy, and all she really has to worry about is just, being a mom and a wife, and there's just not too much else that she has to worry. And I'm sure there is. And I'm like, sometimes I think, gosh, it'd be so great sometimes to not have to worry about the stress of building a business to help my family. I would love if somebody just took it off my hands and did it for me. But that is not the case. I know about LifeVantage. It is a part of me. So it will always be a part of me. It came into my life for a reason. And I am here for a reason. And opposition, right? All this crap that we're still going to have to go through with our civil suit and all that stuff. I don't know what that looks like. And there were moments where I was like, I don't want to build my business just to have it all taken away from me, just for them to take away everything that I built and get all of our money. And then I'm like, you know what? Screw that. Like, I'm going to build it because of that. I'm going to build it in spite of that, trusting and knowing that I'm here for a reason and that God has us, and just trusting and helping as many people as I can along the way. Your dream is not dead. It's just not in season. I love that. So all of this to say, all of these books and all this jumble stuff I told you tonight, I just want you to keep going. I want you to have a home meeting again. I want you to ask me to do a Zoom presentation for you again. I want you to keep that new distributor, alive spirit within you. And if there are things you think are missing, maybe within Idaho, like you want more training or you want more stuff on this or that, like feed me with it and let me know, because I just want to equip you to be able to do all you can and continue to have that belief to carry with you to build this, because you guys, it's already March. And I remember thinking, like, first of all, I'm sure February was a blur for you guys too, right? It just went so fast. And doing taxes, like I felt like I just did taxes. So I don't want us to be in Kansas City in July going, what happened these last 6 months? Like, I had big plans for being here at Elite Academy, and none of it happened. Like, life and time just went so fast. But it does for everybody. We all have the same amount of time. It's just what we choose to do with the time. It's about how we choose to use our time, right? So if you feel like you don't have enough to build this business, then track it in a day, what you're doing and where you're putting your focus. Because I guarantee there are nooks and crannies that you can use to pick up that phone or send that message or have somebody hear your voice to invite them to take a look at what you're doing and how passionate you are about it. Don't let that be you in Kansas City going, damn it, I didn't do what I said I was going to do. Don't let it be March of next year, of 2020, going, I'm still where I was last year. Like, this is not going to happen for me. Gloria, I see you on here. And all of a sudden I saw this shining, moving objects. And I was like, hey, Tina. I love you guys. They're always working out. They're doing their physique challenge. Yes, they are. Okay, so anyway, that's what I had for you guys. I hope this has helped in some way. I just wanted to give you like a shot in the arm and say, keep going for the no's. Just go for them. When you need inspiration, like do what I did tonight. Go to YouTube and just type in whatever's on your mind and look for it and listen to it. Or listen to this on here again. I thought it was so good and so beautiful. And like Karen can attest to it. Karen's a brand new distributor. So excited, doesn't know what she's capable of, but I do. So that's good, right? I'm outweighing the scale for her. And her whole February, like she was in the hospital, she was recovering, all these crazy things. Life just hit her and she completely didn't expect it, right? And that could have taken her down so easily. But instead, she was at my house this week and she's like, okay, I'm ready to get engaged again. I'm ready to go. And that's what's going to happen. The minute we say we're ready to go, something's going to come our way. But just know you have a choice. Like kick it to the curb, not today, Satan, and just keep moving forward. Because as long as we're moving forward, we're on the right path. We're going in the right direction, and we will be directed accordingly. All right.
Amen.
Amen. Okay. Let's be fair. Let me stop this.